What's up, YouTube? It's the real Super Mario, bringing you episode 1 of my Civilization 5 Brave New World Let's Play. Alright, so, I'm gonna go ahead and get to the bad news first. Alright, the reason why it's actually taking me so long to do this is because I've been really trying to get that. First, I was trying to get that mod thing to work that I wanted to do. And some of the mods started conflicting with each other, and it just didn't work out. So I was gonna go ahead and do a regular game. Alright, so tried to do the regular game, and well, that it worked. Everything was fine, and then Fraps screwed up the sound. So I literally had to start over, and I had already did like 3 episodes, which was almost an hour into the game. And if you play Civilization, you can get a lot done in an hour. So I had to start all the way over, do a whole new series, which is what I'm doing now. So I've changed my setup, I've changed my tech setup and everything, so that nothing could possibly go wrong. Because if I have to re-record this again, I might not do it. It's flipping me out. This is like time number 3. This is the 3rd time I've had to redo this series. So, here we go. Civilization 5, Brave New World. Hopefully this works. If it does, you should see this before the end of the day, because I'm going to watch this. So, we're going to go and get into this. I was going to play with some mods, but I think I'm going to do, until I really realize, what mods work with each other, I'm going to go ahead and do a straight game. So I'm going to go ahead and do just a straight regular game of Civ setup. And see, this was the last one. It was actually going pretty well until, I realized that Fraps was screwing up my sound and everything. So, yeah, I had to start over. So I would just go right back into this, but I had some other ideas that I wanted to put in. Oops. Alright, so we're going to do Small Continents Plus. We're going to leave all of those. Sea level medium, rainfall normal. I'm leaving on King difficulty. I think I'll leave it on King. Oh, I might go to Emperor. No, never mind. I'll stick on King, because I want to win this, and I haven't really had much luck on Emperor, so I'm gonna stick with King. I'm gonna put the city-states up to 20, because I like claustrophobic games. I like it to be kind of close, to where it makes drama happen. Because even though Civilization is a fun game, there can be some long, kind of drawn-out, boring moments, especially if you're on a continent by yourself, or if you're just there with somebody who you're friendly with. It can get kind of boring, at least for you guys. Like me, I can sit here for a long time and just diddle around with, I've played text-based simulators and all kinds of stuff. So I'm a very, I can do with something that looks boring, but this, I wouldn't do that to you guys. So, I figure that, having a kind of close game where there's a lot of civs stuffed into a small space will create drama. Eventually somebody's going to want to expand, people are going to start fighting over resources, and it's going to make a pretty interesting world. Map size, I'm going to leave as standard, so that way it's going to create drama. Yeah, that's why I did sparse resources, but they weren't very sparse, so I'm going to go ahead and stick with standard. I'm going to leave all the victory conditions on. I'm going to leave all those on. And I would do random personalities, but usually, last time I did that, you get some like dumb stuff. Like one time I had like Attila the Hun was like trying to do like a culture game. He had like 2 cities and he was building wonders, and I was like, it's funny, but it's like, you're supposed to be trying to murder me, not be my friend. But okay. So we're gonna go ahead and start this.
Welcome, President Washington. You lead the industrious American civilization. Formed in the conflagration of revolution in the 18th century, within 100 years, the young nation became embroiled in a terrible civil war that nearly tore the country apart. But it was just a few short years later, in the 20th century, that the United States reached the height of its power, emerging triumphant and mighty from the two terrible wars that destroyed so many other great nations. The United States is a nation of immigrants, filled with optimism and determination. They lack only a leader to help them fulfill their promise. President Washington, can you lead the American people to greatness? Can you build a civilization that will stand the test of time?
Yes, I will. Alright, so let's get into this. And look at this start. Man, so I start off on the coast, which I'm hoping this is not just a big lake. I hope this is the actual ocean, even though it looks like it might come around this way and this is just a giant lake, which would suck because it would be useless, but oh well. So I start off with rocks, gold, silk, and more gold. You know, my last start was similar to this, and I had it on sparse resources. So maybe the game just likes me now, or either they're waiting to kick me in the balls later. But I'm gonna take this start. I'm gonna plot Washington right here. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go ahead with oh, that's right, my usual start. I'm gonna start off rushing to writing because I want the Great Library, because the Great Library is awesome. So I want that. And I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the monument, and after the monument I'm gonna pick up the scout and the worker and the warrior, and eventually the settler when time comes for that. And I'm gonna move you. Should I go south or should I go north? I'm gonna go south. See what's down here. Oh, there's another lake. See, that would be cool if this was just if this was just a peninsula and it just kind of comes out like this. That would be cool, you know. We're just sitting on a peninsula, but you know, I mean, and this is, you know, scattered continents or whatever they call it, scrambled continents. You know, that new little pack they brought out a couple months ago. So that's why you have like random mountain formations and stuff. And I'm thinking that it is the ocean. It can't be a lake, and that's deep water. So yes, we are by the ocean. It looks like it's probably a dead end down here, unless there's a pass through these mountains that way. Let's continue on. Yeah, it's pass. Alright, so we'll just go through the pass and go this way and come around and come back home. By that time the scout should be ready to go. Now for these games, I've seen, I looked at the analytics on my videos, and I see that people like shorter videos. They don't really like watching long videos. So I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible. Like, this episode is going to be kind of long because not a lot happens in the beginning of a Civilization game. So making a 12-minute episode at the beginning would be kind of lame because nothing will really happen. Like, this video is 9 minutes long already and we've got nowhere. So I'm gonna make this one about 20 or so minutes. But corresponding, these videos are gonna be, oh, there is no pass right here. That sucks.
Eu sou Pedro, imperador do Brasil.
Oh,
pouco tempo para agradecer.
it is Pedro the Second of Brazil. What is up, Pedro? I remember you. You were cool. You tried to conquer the world in my last game. Well, actually, he wasn't trying to conquer the world, but he did eventually become a communist, and that was different.
Estou ouvindo.
So, alright. So where is he? So I've met him somewhere. Oh, he's down south. So there's more down here. So, okay, I thought this was a mountain pass, but it's not. It's just a weird formation. Let's continue south then. And so Brazil must be down this way. Because I don't think the land goes any further south. At least I hope not. Hoping that we're not on some long, like, weird looking continent. But yeah, so in the future, I'm going to try to keep these videos at about 12 to 14 minutes long. Unless there's something important happening, which I kind of have to go over. Because, I want these to be cool experiences for you guys. You know, I don't want, you know, somebody to come in and watch like 5 minutes of the video, get bored and leave. So that's just that. I keep on exploring south. Keep on trucking. Yup, because this is border right there. So yeah, so this is the end of the continent. So he's not too far away. But he's not so close where he can be annoying, so that's not bad. Not to mention, there's a buttload of mountains. There's a freaking mountain range between us, so that shouldn't be a problem. Even though I want you to come this way, I want to see what's this way. I want to see how long this mountain range is. I should have my monument in 2 turns, which will boost my culture. So I can get a policy quicker. I forgot in King difficulty, like when you put the difficulties up in Civilization, what it does is it does make the game a little bit difficult. It makes the AI a little bit smarter. But what it really does, it just gives them extra stuff in the beginning of the game. So he got like 2 warriors instead of 1. You know, if I go up to Emperor, he'll get like 2 warriors and a scout, and he'll be smarter or something. I think if you go up to deity, he gets like some warriors, a scout, and like a settler and some more stuff. He gets like a truckload of stuff in the beginning of the game, whereas you get the scout and the settler. I mean the warrior and the settler like you do in any other game.
Shall the clay say to him that fashioneth him,
What makest thou?
thou?
Even though one thing I have to say about this game compared to Civilization 4 is that Leonard Nimoy was awesome, man. Like having Leonard Nimoy as the narrator was freaking awesome. And there's actually a mod that adds a lot of the Leonard Nimoy lines into the game. You know, I want to try that one day. If I might put, you know, if I ever get those mods to work, I might do that. Have Leonard Nimoy. Oh, we met Sophia, a military city-state, and they have. See, the cool thing about military city-states are the fact that they actually give you units depending on, you know, who's not in the game. So if you're an ally with them, they'll give you a special unit that no civ in the game has, or no civ in your current game has, and what they do, they give you the Berber cavalry. So that's cool, you know. And it's also an interesting way to tell who's not in the game. So if you know that a civ, like if Sophia would give me samurais, if that's their special unit, you know Japan's not in the game because they only give you units for people who's not in the game. But next, definitely have to become an ally with Sophia, so we can get some nice military units. Since I haven't really thought about the way I want to win the game yet, you know, because the thing with America is it can go either way. You know, let's continue going north and just scooch on around these mountains. America is kind of like a empty palette. Not, well, what do you call it? Canvas. An empty canvas. You can really go either way with America. You can do a domination victory. You know, you can do a culture victory, kind of. Their culture's okay if you get the right buildings and stuff. You can do a science victory, or you can do the diplomatic victory, which is probably the one I'll probably try to go with. You know, since, I mean, this is America and there's like a shit ton of city-states in this game. So I might try to do the diplomatic victory. Oh, so it is a long, skinny continent. I need to go north too, but I'm gonna bring, I'm gonna send you north. Even though I think we're at the northern part of the world, because whenever you go north and you see tundra, you're near the North Pole. And for some reason, when I start a civilization game, they always start me near the North or the South Pole. But yeah, America is a blank canvas that you can really kind of like paint your own victory condition. You know, it's not like most of the civs where you really have to kind of stay with one thing because of their ability. You know, which is a good thing and a bad thing for America, because it's a good thing whereas, you know, if something happens, you can easily change what you want to do, you know, but it's a bad thing because it kind of means that America's ability kind of sucks. You know, their ability is Manifest Destiny, which it allows them to see further, and it makes things cheaper, it makes buying land cheaper. Which is, I mean, it's useful at some points, but, you know, in the late game, you're not, how much territory are you going to be buying? And, you know, the only real reason to use the sight part of the ability is if you're going to attack someone. So, you know, let's see. So now we get the social policies. So this is the part of the game that kind of determines how you're going to win. And so, usually what I do is I go ahead and I open up honor first, because that gives you the buff against barbarians. And then I open up liberty and knock out liberty, because liberty helps you build an infrastructure, and it also gives you a free great person. You know, I knock out liberty and I get my free worker, I get my free production, I get my free settler, I get a golden age, I get happiness, and a great person at the end. That's usually why I knock out liberty. Which is probably what I'll do this time. Even though I don't think there are any barbarians around us yet. There probably will be, but I might not need it right now. So I might go ahead and open. So now I can open Liberty. Well, I could open Tradition, since I might not be expanding that much, since the game is going to be claustrophobic. When I open Tradition, 50% growth, never mind. I'm going to go ahead and open up Liberty. Liberty first, which gives me +1 culture for every city. So that gives me an extra piece. It gives me 1 culture, since I only have 1 city. So after that, I'll probably, depending on if we find any barbarians or not, I'll probably open up honor. If there's no barbarians, then I'll go ahead and pick up the free worker. Then I'll pick up the free production, since by that time we'll be ready to do the Great Library, and I'll be needing that production anyway. And I know we're trespassing on Sophia. I know. We're getting out. Like, damn. We won't be standing in your yard no more. This is a nice start. Now, where will I put a city, though? That's the thing. Since this area is so, like, weird and long, I mean, and there's mountains in the middle, I don't know where I'm going to put a city. Like, need you come this way. Just come all the way around here. I could put a city right here. That way it won't be too close to the Brazilians. I'll put a city like maybe here. That way I can get the fish, the sheep, the marble, the cows. And another reason I want to play with mods is there's a mod that allows you to use mountains. That was actually useful in the game I was playing. Uh-oh. What is this? It keeps going. Then keep going, fool. Even though this all looks like useless territory to me. Alright, keep going. Another thing too is, I wonder what's out this way. Even though I feel like this probably just goes like this. There's probably no more land that way. Even though this scrambled continents thing is pretty interesting. It actually changes the algorithms in the game that make the continents. So, you know, like this is small continents, and usually small continents are like small, kind of, you know, not perfectly geometrically shaped, but they're usually a specific geometric shape, and they, you know, that's usually how it is. You know, with scrambled continents, it really does scramble them. And oh, look at this. Yeah, Budapest. Nice. Budapest. Ballista. Okay, I'm definitely picking you guys up. You guys are gonna be my first ally. Ballistas are awesome. They are the Roman version of catapults, and they give you like plus 15% attack against cities, which doesn't sound like a lot, but if we couple that with the statue of Zeus, which gives you plus like 30% attack against cities, yeah, that means you're killing cities with just ballistas almost, you know. And of course, there's our first barbarian encampment. But yeah, so that also means that Rome isn't in the game. So we've eliminated two civs that aren't in the game, Rome and the Ottomans. So just go ahead this way and continue exploring. And yeah, it's just, they're just sitting here on this little peninsula in the middle of the frozen, desolate wasteland that is the north. And what's up, Brazil, hanging around my yard, cuz? That's right, get up out my yard, nigga. Damn Brazilians. No offense to any Brazilian people who watch my videos. Even though I kind of doubt that. I seriously doubt any of my 8 subscribers are from Brazil, but if you are, I do apologize. Yep, so we get writing in one turn. So next turn we will start on the...
He who destroys a good book.
We will start on the
reason
Great
itself.
Library. So, sorry worker, but we're going to start on the Great Library. Because I want to scoop this up before anybody else does. Because with the Great Library, you get a free library. You get extra science, you get points towards a great scientist eventually, and you get, I'm gonna go with mining so we can get this gold. Actually, let me task some stuff too, hold on. But you get points toward a great scientist, and you get a free tech of your choice. So, all of that is awesome. And that also lays down the groundwork if I ever want to do a scientific victory, if I have to go that route. And I'm gonna go ahead and task, I'm already doing mining, I'm gonna go ahead and task him to go to calendar, sailing, and then to the wheel, so that we can get all that stuff rolling. And that way I don't have to keep picking something whenever the science thing comes up. It'll just go where I task it to go. Yup. But yeah, I'm thinking about going for a diplomatic victory, but if all else fails, I'll have to fall back on science. You know, so that's why that's one reason why I want the Great Library, because I want to let's see, what should we get now? I'll go ahead and get the worker, because I need a worker. So that way we have something to fall back on. And build a farm right there. This way we have something to fall back on. If diplomacy fails, we can always go to science, you know. Who was that? Tell me we got barbarian. Oh, okay. I'm about to say we got barbarians already. Like, dang, we just found them and they're already harassing us. Bring you over here, and bring you. You're gonna go way over here and start exploring this area. I want to know. Whoops, shit. See, that's why the game is supposed to be full screen and it does this. I don't know why. I set it for full screen, it just doesn't want to do it. But I want him to explore the rest of that. This continent shouldn't be that much larger. It's supposed to be small continents, but hey. Oh my god, it's 26 minutes. Damn. Alright, so I'm gonna end this in a few turns. I did not know I was running that long. So I'm gonna end this now. So yep, so we're on our way to what, we have mining in 4 turns. We're gonna pick up the gold. We're building a farm. We got an explorer out there. We're working on the Great Library. Things are happening. Pretty interesting beginning to the game. So, you know, just like this video, you know, shoot me a comment, subscribe, and keep it real with the real Super Mario.